as we all continue to journey and progress with life, I think I've thought over the past number of years a lot about legacy and what I want to leave behind for the world to get an experience of me in decades and many years to come. And it made me think about a topic called the 3 non-negotiables. Now, I believe that everyone, if they want to be in a relationship one day, should have their own personal 3 non-negotiables. And I did actually do a Spotify audio-only podcast about this way back in May of 2021. It's an 8-minute podcast, 8-minute Spotify audio-only podcast, all about my own 3 non-negotiables. Well, better late than never. Here we go now. Finally, a video version of my own personal 3 non-negotiables, and I will link for you in the description boxes my Spotify audio podcast of this same topic, in case you want to go back to over 2 years ago and catch what I had to say about it back then. With all that said, oh, and by the way, before we go on and get too much further, I don't usually wear a kippah yarmulke on every single day, or really more than just for services or eating and stuff, such as those are. But I thought, with what I'm about to say, this is appropriate or fitting for this topic to have this as a part of it all. So coming in at number 1, and why do you only have 3 non-negotiables? Because if you try to do 10 or more, or 7, 8, 9, it becomes too much to think about and really formulate about it all. You just need three terrific, huge, fantastic, your own personal non-negotiables that you want in this life. And guess what? The standard is everybody has their own standard. Everyone should want whatever they want. Women want what women want. Other men what other men want. I want what I want. What I want is going to be very different from what a lot of other people want. But we should all be able to get love, find and keep love in this world. We sure as hell need it, especially in this wild and crazy, bizarre time that is the decade of the 2020s. Oh my God. I think the decade of the 2020s are one of the worst and most destructive, nonsense, balagan, sturt, just this decade is so strange, so odd, it's beyond words. But my number 1 non-negotiable is going to be that the woman has to be biologically a woman. I don't know, I have to say that these days with the whole nonsense of more than just 2 genders. So it has to be a single Jewish, biological Jewish woman. And the only way that could work is if that her mother is, by Jewish law, her mother's Jewish and her mother's Jewish. I don't want to have a shadow of a doubt. I don't want to have a shadow of a freaking doubt of the mind of whether that woman is non-Jewish, a Gentile, or anything that's non-Jewish, or for sure a Jew. Someone that loves Judaism, loves their heritage, loves their tradition. So you have to be a Jewish woman who is, by that means, she has a Jewish mother, and that said mother also has a Jewish mother. No exceptions. You have to be Jewish. And by the way, if you're asking, well, what about if they convert? Not all, but a lot of people convert for the wrong reasons, and the ones that do convert for the right reasons, they end up surpassing you in the Judaism level. So I would have to say that a Jewish woman that we know for sure, by all account, means to find out that her mother's Jewish and her mother's Jewish. Some people might find that to be prejudiced. Like, why can't you marry somebody that's not Jewish? And it's like, they'll never understand about what it means to you and why. So it's not even worth further discussing in that way. Now, may I end up alone in life for the rest of my life? Maybe, hopefully not. But ideally, when the timing is just right, hopefully I find a few different prospects to go over that with. So number 1, we'll have finding a Jewish woman, and she has to be Jewish for sure, but her mother's Jewish and her mother's Jewish. All right, the second non-negotiable I have is for us to be to want to have together Jewish biological children, to raise in the heritage and tradition, to bring into the next to the next of these wild times. Again, this is crazy world. This is Banana Republic. Number 2, she has to want to have kids, because I'm not going to get with someone that doesn't want to have kids with me. I want to not be the last me. I want there to be more me's before my time is up. I want more me's, God willing, one day when the timing is right. She can be in her 30s. I've been rejected by a lot of women in their 30s, but if they're smart in the 30s, they go out with me. Otherwise, I would love mid to late 20s for that Jewish girl, but early 30s are okay too. But yeah. So number 2, wanting to have Jewish kids with me. All right, let's get right into number 3 now, because I did a lot of time on 1 and 2. The third one has a lot of different subdivisions, subsections, different branches of different trees, and that is, well, number 1 thing that we don't really have much in these days: loyalty. Loyalty. She has to be loyal. Number 1, she has to be loyal. Number 2, she has to be respectful. So we got loyalty and respect. If you don't have loyalty and you don't have respect and trust, loyalty, respect, and trust, then you have nothing else that would really matter in this life. So the different, again, this might sound like more than 3, because 3 is going to be so many different words to describe things, but someone that is patient, kind, caring, and someone who would want to cook inside together in the home more often than eating out. A lot of women just want to eat out these days, but I really think it's better to make home meals together, cooking in the kitchen, because cooking homemade stuff is always, for the most part, way better than anything you get out and about somewhere else. And again, these, like, okay, so it seems prejudice or whatever other words you want to use for that about, hey, well, no, marry a non-Jewish girl. No, it just doesn't work that way. There's something deep in me that says, if I was to ever have a long-term relationship with someone, it would have to be someone who is, she has to be Jewish. No, don't get me wrong. I have gone out and done stuff with a lot of non-Jewish women. It was quite, some better, different. It was all different experiences, but good some memories to think back on. I love all women. I love all of humanity, but for a long-term life relationship, she has to be Jewish. She has to want to have Jewish kids, and she has to want to build something with you, and keep your spirits high, and that you just one more part about the third elements of all these. For the third, after intellectual, really gets bonus points if you're intellectual. If bonus points also if you like to dance, sing, and write. Intellectual would be a really great thing to be intellectual, dance, sing, and write. And before I forget, sexual compatibility, sexual attraction, sexual appealing. There's got to be sex in that relationship, that long-term one, because that's a very important part of relationships that a lot of people don't like to talk about, is the sexual aspect. So I think I've gone on talking about this a lot, so I'll just recap real quick the 3 ones. And if you're curious, check out the Spotify audio-only version. I'll link for you in the description box. And let me know if you want more daily videos. And if you like most of my videos, don't forget to hit that like button and to share with others who might think it might benefit from. What are your own top 3 non-negotiables? Number 1, she has to be Jewish. That means Jewish mother, and the mother's mother's Jewish, without a shadow of a doubt. Number 2, she wants to have kids with me. At least 2. Hopefully 1 boy and 1 girl is the Torah commandment. Oh, and by the way, in Judaism, it's a double mitzvah to have sex with your wife on Shabbat. What a great way for Shabbat to be spent. For any really time in life to ever be spent. And number 3, all those different things that are important in my mind and thoughts. Well, mine and thoughts are the same thing. And number 3, all kinds of things of all different kinds of adjectives that describe what makes that woman really connect with you to be your person that you go the rest of your life with. because it's not good for man to be alone. I'll be 40 in the summer of 2025. So the more time goes by, the more you're not with someone. It's not good to be lonely and not without someone to start a whole life with that you really connect and bond with. So with that said, I'm just gonna get some water in my system here. With all that said, I want you to think about what your 3 non-negotiables are. And, as always, everybody dance and have a good time one more time. Everybody dance and have a good time. This is Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC. Signing out.